Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, January 19th. We had no actual trades today. Uh, Nothing set up for us, but today is a good example to use to show how we deal with a new daily trend direction that establishes itself. I'm toggling between the pound dollar and the euro dollar. Guess we'll take a look at the euro dollar first. This boxed area is where the trend direction has shifted to the long side or to the upside. We're above the 13 EMA on the daily chart. I'm waiting for my daily chart to load. Okay, you can see it a little better here. So I have this entire area boxed off, showing where price traveled above the 13 EMA. This was from the end of the session last night. Well, actually, during the session yesterday, just in general, we were above the 13. We got a candle close on the daily chart that actually closed up on 13. So we are established above the 13 at this point, and the market has since traveled even further above the 13 from yesterday. So far we've seen a total of roughly 132 pips. However, I have no entry with my method into this long direction at all until the filters from my 1 hour chart agree with the direction. So from these arrows that you see here, these round arrows, the bigger round arrows represent the direction being established and having the daily in agreement with it at the time that the filter comes into fruition on the chart. So the smaller one just indicates the actual filter either closing long or short. So what we're waiting to see at this point is an up arrow, like this little small blue one here. When we get an up arrow, it may or may not display a large one as well. It depends on if the close is above the 13 EMA on the daily as well, because it's possible that this market could retrace and come down below the daily and give this indication that the filter is in on the 1 hour chart, and you would not see a larger arrow. You would only see the small one. So that's why I have both on my chart for visual purposes, so I can know that the filter is in regardless of whether or not the daily also agrees with the filter at the time that the filter appears on the chart. So with that being said, what we're waiting for now is the filter to come in long on this 1 hour chart, and we'll have the first trade in the new direction, the new trend direction, which is long. So we'll come back later on to take a look and see if we have anything that sets up. That's all for today. I don't have to show it on the pound also, because I think that it was pretty well explained on the euro dollar just now, which was what I wanted to use to show, because we are well above the 13 now on the daily, but we still don't have a trade yet. But we're waiting for a trade yet, and those conditions that I just mentioned with the 1 hour filter is what we're waiting to see. So stay tuned for more videos. Good morning. This is Friday, January the 20th. Time is approximately 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've been anticipating a retracement on the 1 hour chart since the daily trend direction has been established from yesterday. And we got that on the 1 hour chart for the euro dollar to allow us to take a long entry going up, and we're actually in the trade. As you can see from the screen here, we have a stop loss of 48 pips on this trade, and the target is 145 pips. Just to give you an idea of the Fibonacci levels, the projection for the Fib 161 target, which is one of the most popular projections that are used when dealing with Fibonacci levels, is approximately 116 pips from where the entry is. My entry was at 1.2931, and as I mentioned, the target is about 145 pips away, so excellent risk reward. Not only on this trade, but just in general, the trades that we normally will get will have no less than a 1 to 1.5 or 1 3/4 risk reward ratio. So we always look to make a lot more than we would stand to lose on any trade, which longer term will keep you with a much better equity curve if you do sustain any types of losses along the way. But we don't experience a lot of losses, just generally speaking, because of the fact that we're trading with trends on the daily chart, and we're using retracements to get into the trade each and every time. We mainly focus on the 4-hour retracements, but anytime we get a new trend direction, a fresh trend direction on the daily, we look to take the first setup from the 1 hour using a 1 hour retracement. So that's what this setup here is based on, a retracement on the 1 hour. And we have a nice small tight stop loss and a lot more on the trade if and when it does take off and move in our direction. So we'll keep track of this, and I'll probably come back on later this afternoon just to take a look and give an update to see how we're progressing in the trade. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, actually it's 4:05. We decided to exit that euro dollar long trade due to the fact that it's the weekend. I'd rather be flat and seek out opportunities come next week than to be stuck in the trade and not aware of what might happen once the market reopens. The market really didn't move much from where we entered. We made 1 pip on the trade, so we'll seek opportunities come next week. We're currently watching the euro dollar, the pound dollar, the Aussie dollar, and the euro CAD. So we basically take whatever opportunity presents itself first, and every pair that I just mentioned, I believe on the daily chart now, is trending up. So we'll be looking for long opportunities come next week. But as I mentioned, on several of these pairs, we're looking to see the 1 hour retracement take place first. So now that this euro dollar has already set up off of the 1 hour, we probably will be waiting for a 4-hour retracement on that pair. But the pound dollar will still be looking for a 1 hour retracement to take place, even though that seemed to be the mover today. But we were not in that trade because we didn't have the retracement on the 1 hour chart that we needed. But in any case, we'll see what transpires come next week. So stay tuned for more videos.